10 individuals you will have a hard time believing exist. An individual can bear outing for various gifts. Nonetheless, this time we will show you abilities and characteristics that you never figured you would see. Go along with us to find individuals who must be depicted as remarkable. Number 10. Tom Staniford. The English cyclist Tom Staniford stood out for individuals when he became known for his odd condition which doesn't permit him to aggregate any muscle-to-fat ratio. His weird infection is called MDP syndrome, which incidentally additionally makes Tom's body go about as an overweight individual as a result of his high blood fat levels. Consequently, he has created type B diabetes, regardless of this large number of issues. Tom doesn't surrender, nevertheless fantasies about taking part in the Paralympic Games to address his country. Number 9. Jesus Fajardo. A Mexican man shocked the entire world by his overabundance of hair, and this was the justification for why he was nicknamed by news channels as the werewolf. Be that as it may, life was difficult for somebody with these qualities. As per Jesus himself, nobody was amicable with him and he even needed to leave school due to harassing. He took shelter in drinking and working for various carnivals. There are just 50 known cases in all of history. In spite of this, Jesus isn't embarrassed any longer out his condition. He said, "I'm worn out on feeling awkward. I'm equivalent to everybody and I reserve the privilege to feel blissful in the wake of leaving liquor and framing a family." Number 8. Chen Tuanchi. This young lady was brought into the world with an odd condition. She has her knees in reverse which keeps her from strolling. To this end she became known as the young lady with modified legs. Be that as it may, this issue didn't keep her from completing her examinations, and because of the media acknowledgement she acquired due to her disease. Numerous associations had the option to fund her different tasks that must be finished to have the option to walk, an objective she accomplished after 10 medical procedures when she was 26 years of age. Number 7. Abdul Bahandar. This man became known as the Tree Man on account of the numerous bark-formed moles that fledgling on various pieces of his body. This sickness, known as epidermoplasia verruciform, is incredibly interesting and just 4 cases have been archived. Notwithstanding having played out different tasks to eliminate the moles, these have returned again, proving how little is known about this infection. Number 6. Paul Carrison. The idiosyncrasy of this American is the blue shade of his skin, a component that has settled on numerous decision him Father Smurf. His odd condition is because of the abuse of a drug that made him extreme dermatitis, what's more, a response that gave him the splendid variety that he currently has. Number 5. Kara Anaya. This lady experiences a peculiar condition, called relentless sexual excitement issue, which makes her vibe sexual excitement from the smallest things, albeit this might appear to be charming. The youthful American expresses the inverse, as it's even said that she has had up to 160 climaxes in a couple of hours. This has kept her from playing out the most straightforward errands, and she despises a lovely sexual existence with her significant other any longer. Number 4. Abby and Brittany Hensel. And here, we find 2 individuals, and not really in light of the fact that it's a tie, rather in light of the fact that they are indistinguishable. It is around 2 Siamese ladies in a solitary body, a condition that is because of a deformity in the gut that causes them to have 2 spinal, 2 arrangements of lungs, and 2 hearts. Be that as it may, this has not prevented them from carrying on with an ordinary existence, as both complete one another. They have even directed classes as essential educators, showing an extraordinary instance of defeating any test that life brings. Number 3. Deepak Genre. This young fellow is the nearest thing to a hero. His story starts with a mishap that includes a huge electric release. Notwithstanding, this was just the start, as he ultimately expanded the quantity of volts that his body could tolerate upping to 1000 volts, which were just a stroke to him. It ought to be noticed that this measure of voltage would kill anybody. Presently, Deepak utilizes his ability to fix electric issues for individuals in his town in light of the fact that to whom much is given, much will be expected. Number 2. Daniel Science. Daniel is a baseball kid like some other. Then again, actually he totally sheds the skin of his face consistently on the grounds that he experiences Netherton disorder, a sickness otherwise called butterfly skin because of its outrageous delicacy. As per his folks, the kid needs to apply additional virgin olive oil consistently and knead his skin for 15 minutes. Be that as it may, this doesn't prevent him from rehearsing in his number one game, and notwithstanding the dangers he faces, he would rather not leave it. Number 1. Samson Burns. Samson was a courageous teen who experienced progeria, a sickness that speeds up his maturing. To this end, certain individuals call him the young person in the body of an elderly person. This youngster was an avid supporter and even turned into a privileged commander of the New Britain Nationalists football crew for a long time. Samson was the public picture of this illness. Tragically, the young fellow passed on at 17 years old, surpassing the normal life expectancy of the individuals who experience the ill effects of this condition. His story was even transformed into a narrative by HBO called, Life as Indicated by Sam. On the off chance that any of these individuals shocked you, offer us a thumbs up. Remember to hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our video. See